Hello, Brick fans! We're back with, well, multiple series we could call it today. This is once our Bigger is Better series, certainly. It's also our release video for this incredible set.
That it is.
Tell us something about it, Joe. Come on.
Back in the day, in the year of the Lord 2018, this was basically the first big set and the first big impression that the company BlueBrixx made. This is a depiction of Lower Manhattan in, not sure about which scale.
1 to 2,000.
1 to 1,000?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And it tries to capture everything in no less than 21,000 plus pieces.
Yeah, 21,515 to be exact.
Oh.
Of which, let's face it, some are missing on this model because it's a bit older.
Yeah.
And yeah, I washed this entire thing. This is this consists of 17 modules, and I washed them all. Yes.
You may or may not have already seen the shorts that Ross did to show you the singular models or the single models.
Exactly. I put them all on one plate and then let them turn around. And
But it's just not the same. You need to see it in all of its enormous and frankly exaggerated size.
I agree. I fully agree because this is it's 1 square meter. More than 1 square meter, this whole thing?
I think it's 4 feet by 4 feet if you were to put it on a plate. And a lot of people who bought it actually really loved it. And they glued it on a plate and then put it on the wall, which I think is what we're going to do with this one as well.
It would be a good idea. And lots of Reddit comments wanted to do it. People asked if it was possible. I said, theoretically, yes. But it's going to be a lot of work and you've got to plan how you're going to do it. But it works.
Or you could basically just buy a board, spray it with glue and then plonk it down and hope for the best. Whatever floats your boat.
Exactly.
Well,
right. Let's get into it because there are 17 modules. We're not going to go through all of them. That would take too much time. Have you been to Manhattan?
No, I haven't.
I've been once, and honestly, I know more about Manhattan now that I've done these shorts than I did when I was there. Because I learned so much about this place. I can tell you each little information about the modules, but I'm just going to go straight at it. What do you like? What's your favorite part of this whole set?
I got to have to say that it is the general impression of everything. I mean, when you go to a museum, or when I go to a museum, you usually have these displays and these models of how the city museum looks. If you are in Germany, we call them Heimatmuseums, which is a museum which shows the surrounding area. And this is basically exactly what this feels like. You can notice all the little things. I mean, here's the One World Trade Center. Here you've got the footprints of the 2 destroyed towers. Then somewhere down here is the Trinity Church.
Yep.
Just hidden within skyscrapers like in the original. And there's just so much to discover, especially if you're a fan of New York and or have been there already.
Yes. I think my personal favorite is the Brooklyn Bridge. I really like that. In itself, quite impressive. 1,833 meters long, the largest suspension bridge in the world when it was built, surpassing the original length by over 50%. Yes, as you can see, I had to learn a lot when I did the shorts, so now I'm, giving you all the information that I've learned. Of course, not all of it. But I liked what you said about the general impression of this all, because I've got a story to tell.
You got a story to tell.
I mean, I am a storyteller, but this isn't my own.
Okay.
I posted this whole set on Reddit and said, hey guys, what do you think? And I got an enormous response of how fantastic the people thought it was. And I enjoyed reading all the comments, but there was one that really caught my eye. It was a man. He told me, thank you so much for posting this. I thought, it's a cool set, but no need to thank us. And he said it brought back so many memories of his time while living in Lower Manhattan or just outside on Governor's Island with his wife. And he told me all of these, in the comment there were so many stories about how he had to rush with 2 ferries and a taxi to get his wife, who was in labour at the time, to a hospital for their first child to be born, and he saw the ferry port over there and was immediately reminded. And there's one point that I'd like to read to you from the comment right now. And that's if you look at the South Street Seaport here, which is a museum, by the way.
Okay.
And this is only part of the comment. The full comment, you can find it if you look up our Reddit account. The South Street Seaport, Pier 17, which is this here, was where we had our first date. I could never have imagined that I would marry her, have 5 children, 3 grandchildren, and celebrate 32 years of marriage next week. We are in next week already, so congratulations on 32 years.
Oh, yes.
But what I really love about this is that he saw this set and it brought back memories, and he said he pored over the set with his wife for hours on our video and just looked at it and remembered all the beautiful memories they had and the buildings and tried to name them all. And I find it amazing that a brick set can really just bring back all those memories, and it was a genuinely beautiful story to read. And it was just a little comment, but it really meant a lot to this guy that we'd done this, because it brought back memories. And that's what I think is amazing that bricks can actually do, bring back such nice memories of a place.
I generally like the ability of brick models, well-done brick models, to just make you dream and think about. And going a little off topic there, when I work in product development, and when I try to get the designer to do something, I'd like to invoke a feel of dreaminess inside this. For instance, there's different sets, you can look at them up, and if you look at it and you instantly say, you're mesmerized by it and your imagination starts to spin. And this is one of the things I love most about bricks, and this is the same with this model, because you can just look at it and you see all the different stories, all the buildings you may have seen there while you've been in Lower Manhattan, or which you may have only seen in on television. Then there is all these stories. I mean, the Trinity Church, where one of the movies I watched ages ago, I saw this one and I was reminded of, what's the movie called with Nicolas Cage, where they try to find a secret treasure in Trinity Church. Write it down in the comments, please. I just know the German title. I do not... National Treasure, I think it is.
Yes, that's the one. National Treasure. You got it.
Ooh, thank you. Your writing in the comments already helped me. And it's just... It brings so many thoughts, so many imaginative things. It jumpstarts and jogs your imagination to think about stuff.
That really is the power of bricks and the nice stories it brings up.
Yeah.
And especially this set, I was absolutely amazed by the positive resonance that we got, especially from nice stories, especially from that guy's story. So thank you again, because I said I'd post the video, so I hope he's watching now. If you are, please drop a comment. But yes, so Lower Manhattan, 21,500 pieces, a lot of building time. I mean, the absolute hours that you can spend building this thing will be worth your money, I think, because just divide it by hours. You said over 100 hours.
I think so. With architecture sets, I probably can build around 350 to 400 bricks an hour, and 21,000 pieces. You can do the math.
Yeah, it's going to take a while.
The fun thing about this is as well, there are 17 modules in total, but there's an 18th one included in this, which is the border here.
Yeah.
I'm not sure whether you can buy it separately. If
you can.
You can. Yes. So you do not have to buy it all at once, but you certainly can, and I think you're going to save a little bit of money on that. And the nice thing about it is, while there is no subdivision of parts in the different sub-modules, you can basically, I'll just grab this one here.
Okay.
You can basically just build that one, and while it is stable and triple layered, as you can see, to make the water pop, it is a nice evening's work. And especially if you're looking for something to do either during the hot months when you're just hiding away in your cellar, or during the cold months when the weather is bleak outside and you want to have something to build and to dream, I think this might be the right set for you.
Yeah, certainly. With the cold months coming up, sit in front of a cozy, warm place and build up. Fantastic. Yeah. Right. So we talked about the lovely fact that you can build memories with bricks. You can have a fun time in the cold and in hot months. But let's talk a bit about the set. Right. Give me an idea. Point at a building. Let's see if I've done enough research to find out what it is.
That one.
No. Let's not do that. I was hoping you'd choose one that I'd know. I'm not very good with the tall buildings, but I'm good with the funny-looking buildings.
Okay.
Or this whole thing. This here is One Police Plaza, built in a brutalist architecture style, which is just very hard. But I like it. Brutalist is from the French word concrete, so it's not brutal per se, but it looks a bit brutal.
It's actually from the French word béton brut, which means that it is unworked. It's cleaned, but it hasn't been painted over. So it is basically the pure concrete that is used to it. It's not because it's brutally ugly.
Yes.
Although it sometimes might be seen as that.
I like brutalist buildings.
You do?
I do. I find them very cool. Yes, I know, a bit odd. But I also like this here. This is the Two Bridges district, or neighborhood, because it's between the Brooklyn Bridge. And here we have the...
Don't ask me.
Okay, it's the Manhattan Bridge. So you've got this between two bridges. Also very historically interesting to see what happened there. It used to be a place full of gang violence, and now a lot of suburban families live there. So yeah, changed its way around a bit. Here, of course, the tallest building is the One World Trade Center, with the reflecting absence pools here. It's a memorial. You've got the One World Trade Center. It's the station here, which is very cool in real life. Seriously, I did like that when I saw it. Down here you have the Jewish Museum, which is an interestingly round shape down by the Hudson River. This is the Hudson River Drive. And while we're talking about roads, we'll go over here to this side. This is the FDR Drive, Franklin D. Roosevelt. And no commercial vehicles are allowed, and only vehicles up to 3.5 tons. So to keep it a bit clear of traffic, which I find a very good idea. So this is the whole road, starts back there and goes up there for about 5 miles. I know, I wrote it in the shorts, so check them out. Yes, but I find the whole set is fascinating. You said Trinity Church down here as well. And now, if you're anything like me, there's one building that doesn't really fit the colour scheme of everything else. And it completely flummoxed me what it was. I had no idea.
The yellow and black one?
The yellow and black building. I was completely confused what it would be. So, what do you think this, interestingly, because it actually does look very similar to that in real life. And I saw it on Google Maps, like, wow. So what do you think this building is that's so cool?
In Germany, I'd go for post office.
Post office, yes, because the German post office is yellow. But I'll tell you immediately that it has nothing to do with anything you'd know, because it's a simple, normal housing block. Normal housing block, you've spent nearly $1 million for a flat there. But it's a housing block in the middle of the finance district, because this is all the whole finance district over here. You've got the Federal Reserve here, which occupies an entire block. It has the most gold in all of the United States, not Fort Knox. This one building here. And that's what I like about this set as well. You can go through it all and look at every little intricate detail. And what I said in the German video that we did to this, while building this, give it a quick Wikipedia search to every building you build and find out which one it is. Because it's pretty easy to do, just go on Google Maps as well. Yeah. I have one memory of, well, I have lots of memories of New York, but especially of Lower Manhattan, it's a bit of a dumb one. I sat around about exactly there with my family, and we had a Subway sandwich. It was great. And if I remember correctly, we got the Subway sandwich round about here. So that's another thing. If you've been there, you can kind of retrace your whole steps and actually learn lots about Manhattan while you do it. Because honestly, I didn't know much about Lower Manhattan when I was there. I kind of just tagged along with my family on the family holiday, but now I know quite a bit about this. While cleaning this, my brother was there. And I managed to say, hey, you could go to Two Bridges, what about the South Street Pier? And then he just said, I've been all there. So, yes, but I find it a fascinating set. Just not only because of the size, but the emotions it conveys and what you can see in it, and the building pleasure that you can have when it's all done that must be measurable.
Yeah, I think so. I actually do like the architecture sets because this one is kind of an exception because architecture sets are usually rather small and they try to capture a lot of details with the bricks available. While this one is rather big in it by itself, it is actually a very small size. And for instance, here you've got an entire high-rise building made with wedge bricks to indicate the windows. And you can see a lot of details on there. And it's obvious that the designer, Adrian, did it, I believe, put a lot of effort in it, and it shows.
It really does. It really does show how much work went into all of this.
And actually there's another little thing, another set that was made to accompany by it, which is right next to there, which is Ellis Island.
Yes, exactly. Ellis Island, over here. You can tell us a bit more about that.
Most of the immigrants who went there in the 19th century ended up on Ellis Island getting their papers and basically immigrating there. So it makes a nice addition if you put it somewhere a little outside. I think it must be somewhere in that direction. If I'm correct, if I'm in that direction?
Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe write it down in the comments
yes.
where it is. But it's in the same scale, and if you want to try it out, if this big project would be something you'd enjoy, you can buy the smaller one and just see if you like an architecture and if you like building architecture sets.
Yeah, and you're right. This is historically very significant for Manhattan. Lots of comments came through saying, "Are you going to do the rest of Manhattan?" And yeah, you can write that down in the comments if you want to as well. If you want us to do it, because the Reddit lot do. Let's see if the YouTube lot do as well. Let's face it, they're all going to say yes, aren't they?
Yes, they are. But the problem is,
it's too difficult.
I've got, not per se, the problem is rather if there's enough interesting stuff in between. I mean, the Central Park is somewhere back there, which is a huge area, but it's basically a park.
It's going to be more or less that over, well, that size. So that's not that fascinatingly interesting.
And the interesting thing about the southern Manhattan is that there are so many interesting spaces in just this small area.
Yeah, so you can, see what you want. But the rest of Manhattan, the rest of New York's fascinating, but this is the true heart of it all. With the finance district, Wall Street, Hanover Square, the Hudson River, the East Side River where they all meet. It's the interesting part, I'd say. The one that everybody at least goes and visits, apart from walking past the Empire State Building. But yes, that's all we have to say really on this. You can really see the true scale and size, I hope, on the video because, well, it is impressive.
It is, very much. And I'm looking forward to see it somewhere. Where are we going to put it in the archive?
Honestly, I don't want it in the archive. This is too cool for
the
archive.
Want to have it? Do you want to have it in your office?
Yeah, this in my office would be great. But this has to be shown when you come into the building. We have to put it on the wall on the entrance somewhere. Because you can't just put this in the archive.
Write down in the comments if you have a nice idea where to put it. Because, let's face it, it's 4 feet by 4 feet. And it does take some thinking work to see where to put it.
Exactly. So if you also want a tour of our office, which I was thinking of doing, write that in the comments. And then after that, you might be able to have a better idea where to put it.
Exactly.
All right. Well, that's all we have to say. That's our video for today. You can never have let's start that again. You can never have enough bricks.
But there will be more.
So have fun building and certainly see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye, and thank you for watching.